Hello, this is Palico Padge and welcome back to another episode of Sleepy Sunday with the game ICY Frostbite Edition. And it's been very bleak. It's been very sad. It's been very, very depressing. But hey, we got a new guy out of it. We now have with us this guy. How do I bring him up? Here we go. Mobilaji, or Mo as we're going to call him. He's got a checkered past. He's pissed off quite a large group of people who we had to attack, and well, he doesn't want to talk about it. And you know, I'm not one to poke and pry. He seems strong. It would appear he's lost someone who's very close to him. You know, you don't poke a bear. You don't poke a bear. I think it's better to have the bear on your side than it is to actually have them, you know, sort of stabbing you and whatnot. So, and as it stands, he's all right with the old stabby stabs. He can shoot and bobo, but other than that, yeah, we don't ask him any more questions. He's here to help out the group, and that's as much as we need to know from him as it stands right now. It was quite a long scenario in the last episode. In fact, it pretty much took up the entire episode. So it's the sort of thing which we're not going to dwell on too much. We're going to crack on. We're going to get down to this little what you call it, windmill as a proper word for it, wind turbine, that's the word I'm looking for, and hopefully just sort of gather ourselves together, figure out what's going on, and plan the next move. So with that being said, let's crack on, shall we? Over to here, and we have a factory and a cave to go hunting in. Let's go for the factory first. Why not? An old factory is standing in front of you, a massive building full of derelict machinery that once served some unknown purposes. Oh yes, because it's the future and we should know what it's all about. Let's do it. Boom! You search around the derelict factory for anything useful, ransacking through old machinery and piles of garbage. So we've got a hammer, a simple tool used to drive nails into things. And we have electrical parts and copper wires. All very useful. We shall take it all. We shall take it all. In fact, we need to arm our new guy. We need to arm Mo. We'll do that in a second. Let's do the cave next. You find a cave that probably once served as shelter to some survivors. Maybe they left something behind. Looks more like a tunnel to me, but I'm not one to, you know, be that type of guy who questions everything. Oh, we have a damaged gun. Weapons sometimes break, but they can still be useful. Nice. We have metallic parts, and we have scattered bullets. Adds 5 bullets. You know what? I say okay. I say okay. We need to give this guy a weapon. So he's a bit of a marauder, hand-to-hand combat and all that. I mean, what hits hardest? I think giving him an axe is not a bad idea. A simple axe used to chop wood, but also living things when necessary. Gives us a colour of dye. It'd be better than a knife, I think. Better than a knife. Let's do it. Let's do it. You have that. Just cycling through. So you've got a machete. You've got a gun. I mean, has anyone got a rubbish gun? Because we have a decent gun. She's got 2 points in shooting. I don't know whether to give her a gun or not. April's melee. Carlos is shooting. Eva's melee. Mo's melee. I'm bowing it. Jerome's bowing it. For the fact it's got two bonus die, I think we're going to give Demetra a gun. I think that makes sense. Yes. A bit more happy now. We just give him a... Do we talk to him? Let's talk to him. Why not? Let's poke the bear. What's up, boss? Oh, just his past. He doesn't want to... I'm not going to ask about his past. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. We're just going to move on. Wind tower. Right, so let's have a look around here. Oh, there's a few buildings to go look at. We've got Maximilian's house, the inn, and the market. Well, I suppose we better stay on point here and go to Maximilian's house. The local leader, Maximilian, lives in a big house not too far from the tower. You ring the bell by the door, and after a minute or so, he comes over to welcome you. Greetings, travellers. How can I help you? Wow, you've got a interesting patch on your toque there. Took as in the Rimworld took, but there you go. Mind a few questions? Would you mind a few questions? I don't have much time. If you want to chat, feel free to talk to my citizens, unless it's something important. How's the situation here at Wind Tower? Pretty good, I'd say. We'd all have almost everything under control, and well, having electricity is amazing. Of course, can't argue with that. So do you have any work for us? Work? Let me think. In fact, there may be something for you if you don't mind wandering around ancient cities. Hey, I'm no Indiana Jones, but what do you want doing? There's a city with a big church not far from here. Here, let me show you the place on your map. We could really use some sacred objects from there. Anything you can find. Books, crosses, icons, all of it. The more you bring me, the higher the reward you'll get. We need faith more than anything in these dark days. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's pop to the inn, see what's there. You enter a big building with a glowing sign on it. There are only a few people scattered around the tables, most of which are locals, passing their time eating and drinking. The place is well lit and filled with the pleasant smell of food. Lovely. Let's talk to the innkeeper. While you're approaching the counter, the innkeeper nods. How can I help you, traveller? He looks like a friendly fellow. We can buy some food or ask about the settlement. I think we're okay for food. Let's ask about the settlement. Anything you'd want to know, I'd say, and I'm not too busy right now, so feel free to ask. Alright, well, let's find out about Maximilian, I guess. Maximilian does his job, and we can't complain too much about it. Sometimes we disagree, but at least he keeps his place safe and well stocked. Or this place well stocked. Alright, what about the inn? This is a nice inn you've got here. How did you get it? My father built it many years ago. I just added the second floor to host more travellers should the need arise. I run the place with my wife. We cook the food and serve hot drinks to the guests. It's easy work, but it keeps you busy all day. What about the wind tower? What can you tell me? We would have no power without it. No hot water and no light. Our ancestors were lucky to find this place. God bless them with such precious gift. Do you have any problems here? Sometimes, especially when we need to do something outside, but we manage to survive. Is it safe to live here? Of course it is. We have no trouble keeping away bandits or other external threats. The biggest problem arises when we need to leave our walls to get food and supplies. We don't know the outside world as well as you nomads do. Fair enough. Fair enough. We're not going to worry about food for the time being. Let's pop over to the girl, see what she's doing. You approach the girl and notice she's actually reading an old dirty book. She notices you and raises her eyes. May I help you with something? It looks like this is a perk, so let's go with readers of a rarity. And nothing, it's just that it's strange to see someone reading these days. I know, I was lucky to have a good teacher. Books are a perfect distraction from our boring lives. We could ask her about the nomad life. Just try the nomad's life for a week and you'll be grateful for every moment of boredom. Good point, but I can assure you that living confined in a small settlement is not particularly great either. It's safer, sure, but nothing interesting ever happens here. So we've broken the ice, that's good. Let's ask about herself. Who are you? I'm Jane, the boss's daughter. Oh, you may think that I have an easy life, but someday I will be the one in charge, and I don't know if I will ever be ready for that day. Alright, what about your daddy-o? My father is the leader of this place. He's a good man, which is why the Wind Tower is always open to travellers of any kind. He's not perfect, that's for sure, but at least I'm not ashamed of him. Well, that's always good to know. It's good to not be ashamed of your father. It's what any father hopes at the bare minimum they can achieve. See ya. Okay, well, I guess we're done here. Let's just, can I not, food 8. Ooh, we might, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We might need some food, actually. Let's have a look in the market first. You reach the market area. There are many different stalls and shops around, and the hustle and bustle of trade makes this place seem like the only part of the settlement that is truly alive. Well, let's ask for some local information. You try to stop some citizens and ask some questions, but everyone seems busy and offers you no help. A few useless attempts later, you hear a voice coming from one of the alleys. Oh, he looks shady. Quite literally. You see a man who wants to talk to you. Hey, you, if you have some questions, come here. I will give you the answers you seek. Who the hell are you, Shades? Me, I'm Benedict, the only guy who can keep the tower running. I don't have much work, unlike the others, but they desperately need me, so nobody complains too much. Alright. What's your work then? What exactly do you do to keep the tower functioning? Well, I can't do a lot without proper tools, but at least I can keep it working. The people here have no technical knowledge whatsoever and worship the tower like a divine relic. I mostly pretend to work. The tower doesn't actually need a lot of maintenance. 5 years ago I came here and I offered to fix its damages. The people were so grateful that they allowed me to stay. Fair enough. Where did you learn about the way the tower works? I was born in a settlement where some of the old scientific knowledge managed to remain preserved. I learned a lot about mechanics and electronics, so I just had to apply that knowledge to the tower. Fair play. A guy working on his feet. Can't fault that. Can't fault that. What can you tell me about the tower? A wonderful legacy of the old world. It's a miracle this thing can still produce electricity. Really, if you consider all the other broken wind farms around here. It's not currently working at its maximum capacity, but that doesn't matter. The settlement is small and it doesn't need much power. Fair enough. What about the settlement then? The people here worship the tower like a sacred artifact, which I confess I find rather strange. But apart from that, they are a decent folk, while I have a good and relaxing job. Fair play. Do you see many travellers around here? Yes, quite a lot. 1 or 2 groups each week. We use electrical lights to grow food in our greenhouse, but we're always willing to buy more from the nomads. Many hunters come here to sell their best game. Well, what about bandits? Do you see any well-armed people around here with guns and horses? A group like that came here to buy supplies a few days ago. I don't know much about them, but you can ask the weapons trader. He bartered with them. Alright, we'll do that. Ask who's in charge. We know it already, but we'll say it anyway. Maximilian is our leader. He's a decent person and he's able to keep everyone together. He's not the best choice, but not the worst one either. Can't argue with that. Come again whenever you want. It's always nice to have a good chat. Thanks, Shades. Right, so, food trader. The young man has a big store displaying different kinds of food, even if most of it consists of mushrooms and roots. He greets you. Welcome, travellers. How can I help you? Oh, what do you sell? Do you need some meat? Here's some awesome deer meat. Need some affordable food? Here, a pack of various shrooms. Feel free to ask. I have food for everyone's taste. I'd like to buy some food. This is the trading screen. Here you can buy or sell items by right-clicking on them. When you're done, click on the handshake button to finalise the deal. Alright. So, what do we really have to sell here? We've got animal fat. We'll keep the cloth. We sell the damaged gun. Got a sewing kit. I don't want to sell everything, but we can get rid of some of the more, some of the more basic stuff. So what we got here? Cooked meat, dried meat, which is more expensive, but it's less. Okay, doesn't make any sense. Liquor's expensive. Mushrooms, not so bad. And vegetables, 6, 8, 9, 15. Wow. Okay. So that's 12. So 2 units. So if I go for those 2, that's 16 for 8 units. Okay, so if we sell those 2, I mean, we just want to scrap anything which isn't going to be useful. Let's get rid of a sewing kit. Metallic parts we'll keep. Wood. Get rid of a couple of wood. You know what? We're not even going to be close here, are we? Oh, I'll tell you what. We'll just have the 1. So let's get rid of a fur. That'll do. I mean, it's not a lot, but it'll do. Now, this is the crafting menu. Here you can combine 2 items into a new one. You can click here to see the schematics you know. New schematics can be bought from traders around the world. I just want to see what we can do. We can make a torch. We can make a lockpick. You know what? It might be worth making a lockpick. Sounds handy. What else can we do? Survivor clothes. We can make 2 of those. Heavy clothes crafted from pelts and leather, meant to protect the user from the snow and the cold wind. Why not? And that's it. Cool. So is there anyone who's not wearing anything decent right now? Jerome isn't. In fact, everyone. Everyone is naked except me. Right, so you can have some survival clothes, Jerome. I think I'm going to cover up my shooters first. She's pretty handy. Dimitri can have it. Cool. I mean, do I just put... No, I guess I'll just hold on to that. That's fine. That's fine. So, what are we doing for food now? 12. We should be good. We should be good for a while. I mean, we can carry on looking in the market, but I don't think there's much else we can do. Approach the tools trader. You approach the house and note the auspicious sign hanging above the door. It says, Shitty Tools. A lad in his early 20s greets you. Welcome, travellers. I will satisfy all your desires. Alright. What do you sell? Is it unclear? I sell tools of any kind. I even have a sign that I bought from a stranger who knew how to read and write. Fair enough. Do I tell him? Yeah, let's tell him. Actually, your sign says shitty tools. I don't think it's helping you much with sales. The guy's surprised and angry at the same time. What? Are you serious? That prick lied to me. He jumps on a box and takes the sign down. Oh, okay, cool. At least now my father is less likely to discover that. I will just hide it and tell him it was stolen. He searches around his wares and hands you a lockpick. Thanks, stranger. You're the only one who's told me the truth. Take this. Thanks, mate. Right, so you're new in this business, are you? Is it so obvious? He sits down on a box and sighs. My father had an accident and can hardly stand up from his bed. He sent me here to work and he yells at me when he's not satisfied with the results. The young man sighs again, and he's never satisfied. We'll see what you got then. He's got cogs. He's got cogs. Oh, he's got schematics. Smoke grenade, not too fussed about. Craftsman's kit. This schematic unlocks the crafting recipes for the craftsman's kit. It's quite expensive, though. Quite expensive. I mean, lockpicks aren't worth that much. Even mechanical parts are expensive. You know what? I'm good. I'm good. Anywhere else we can go? Tools trader, weapons trader. You enter a particularly well-built brick house. Inside you see an old man surrounded by innumerable weapons placed on tables and shelves all around the store. He raises his eyes and greets Jerome. Look who's there. How are you, old man? Not too bad, mate. Not too bad. I'm so happy to see you. What brings you here? I thought you'd decide to leave the Vale some time ago. We had a little problem, which is the reason why we're here. I think you could help us with this one. Sure, feel free to ask about anything you need. Except weapons, you'll have to pay for those. Don't worry, you greedy bastard. We just need information. We were attacked by some bandits a few days ago. They captured us and brought us along. After that, they wanted to hand us over to some fancy equipped fuckers that appeared completely out of nowhere. I can assure you I've never seen people with such gear. They had high-tech stuff. It wasn't your run-of-the-mill bandits. I suspect they must belong to a mercenary group. Mercenaries, you say? Well, it's hard to find mercenaries around here, but I may know the man who could lead you to them. He goes by the name of Fang. He's quite the loner, but we kind of became friends, and he always pays me a visit when he's here at the Wind Tower. I warn you, though, those mercenaries did not come to my shop once. They hid most of their gear and dressed to look less threatening. Oh, sorry, those mercenaries did come to my shop once, okay. But it was easy to see that they were some tough motherfuckers. Anyway, you will find Fang south of here. He lives alone in a hut. Here, let me show you on your map. Well, at least we have a lead to follow now. Thank you very much, Robert. Not a problem. Now, is there anything else I can do for you? Let's ask about his wares. I have just about everything, from simple blades to the best guns. In fact, I bet that the weapon you're searching for is somewhere in my shop. That's a very bold statement. What about yourself? I provided this community with the most important thing, firepower. Without it, we would be easy prey for bandits. It's my job to keep our guards well armed. I am the man you need if you want to shoot something down, blow something up, or send someone straight to hell. Fair enough. Let's ask about the settlement first. There isn't really a lot to tell. We have light, we have food, and we have guns. All those things make this place a good place to live. Fair enough. What you got then? Oh, he's got schematics. Right, he's got a craftsman's kit, which is quite expensive. Survivor bow, survivor rifle, survivor gun, survivor spear, repair rusted guns. Do we have rusty guns? We have rusty guns. 45, okay. Handmade guns. Explosive grenade, incendiary grenade, and then what we got after that? Rusty pistol, machete, scout survivor's clothes. Wow, that's expensive. I'd take it by the amount of stuff this is costing. It's obviously doable. Old pistol. Oh, pistol. Okay, that's fine. We're only looking. We're only looking. So we can either head south to over here, which is our main quest, or we can go over to here and see the church. I think we'll go and see the church next. We'll keep an eye on our food. We'll keep an eye on our food. I mean, there's 7 of us, so we're okay for the time being, I think. Guess we'll see. Nothing here. There's a shack here. Let's go and look in the house. A house lies in ruins in front of you. It's small, but maybe there's something inside to scavenge. Well, let's find out. Oh. The house is relatively isolated, which is why a quick search is enough to net you a few useful items. So we've got cloth, soap. Despite the cold, you need to wash yourself once in a while. Nice. A small device. You don't know what kind of device this is, but turning it on proves that it still works despite the passage of time. Nice. A bottle. Alright. And another sewing kit. I'll take it all. Cool. Let's check the forest. Your exploration is interrupted by a low growl. It's a wolf agitated by your sudden arrival. Let's shoot it. We'll have the meat. Firearms failure. You are too slow. The wolf attacks one of your companions before you manage to put it down. Oh dear. Oh no. Okay, well, we've got meat anyway. That's fine. So animal fat, more timber and fur. We'll take it all. Right, so. In fact, we've got no medikits, have we? We have no medikits. That's bad. That's bad. Okay. Well. Oh, maybe I do have medikits. Oh, sorry, I got 18. I was looking at medicine 18. That's fine. We can do that all day. We can do that all day. The ancient church is not hard to spot. It's probably the most beautiful building you've ever seen, even despite the damage brought on by time. Look at this place. That's got to be one of the biggest buildings I've ever seen. That's what I've just said, Mo. Jeez. Now, this church was a sacred ground. Let's hope that people have shown a little respect to the house of our Lord. Bearing in mind, we are coming here to ransack the place. That's all I'm going to say. They can't respect other people. How do you expect them to respect beauty or holiness? There are some really religious people out there, you know. Yeah, I met a lot of them. A big wooden door stands in front of you, slightly ajar. Nothing but silence comes from inside. Let's go inside then. You go through the doors and are immediately hit by the stench of rotting flesh. Despite its sorry state, the church is still quite beautiful, and its colourful windows allow some light inside the building. This place stinks of carrion. And I'm afraid we'll soon discover why. Jerome looks around for a moment. Did you hear that too? This place seems safe and silent, but the lighting is poor, and you can only really see if there's any You can't really see if there's any danger ahead of you. Slowly walk across the nave to reach the pedestal at the other side of the church. Or try to make some noise to see if something happens. That's probably the safest thing. Let's make some noise. You start beating on the ground with a stick. After a few seconds, you hear some faint noises coming from the darkest depths of the church, but you're unable to see anything. I bet most nomad families die because of evil things skulking in the darkness. I can believe that, yeah. Damn darkness everywhere. The ancients relied too much on their lights. I think this church was built before mankind discovered the miracles of electricity, but don't ask me why they liked dark and gloomy places like this. So we can go ahead and approach the pedestal, or we can inspect the pews. Let's inspect. We're going to play it softly, so inspect the pews. You take a closer look around. There are many bones scattered about, and most of them seem really old. You are unable to see anything that looks human. There are bones everywhere. Let's take what we came here for and leave as fast as we can. Alright. You start walking towards the pedestal, but you hear the strange noises again. This time everyone hears them, and it becomes clear that there's something bigger than rats inside the church. Everything calms down again after a few seconds. You focus on the darker areas, trying to discover the source of the mysterious noise, but you're unable to spot anything. What? Did you hear that? That sounded like something big. Big and hungry. Keep your weapons ready. There could be a mutant around here. You turn your attention back to the pedestal, and what you see is strange. There are various objects on the altar, and they seem to have been used recently. Oh dear. The strange makeshift shrine is mostly composed of what you are searching for. When you're about to touch a beautifully decorated Bible, you hear some monstrous growls coming from the shadows. Demetra throws her torch into the darkness, lifting the shroud from the horror hidden within. 3 mutants are staring at you with expressions of pure rage, and you can see more of them moving in the shadows. Holy fuck, they're everywhere. Well said, Mo. It's hard to judge their numbers, but there are at least a dozen of these beasts lurking in the blackness. The main path leading out of the church is blocked. What are they? God-worshipping mutants? Why would they care about some crosses? This place was built to impress people by reminding them of God's omnipotence, and they are more human than you think. The mutants are not attacking you. They just keep making inhuman sounds and glaring at you as if threatening you to leave the objects untouched. So we can grab your gun and start shooting at the mutants. Fight the mutants. Take the holy objects and quickly place them in your backpack. Or just run away. I mean, they're not attacking us, are they? But there's a load of them. But there are lots of them. It kind of makes you think that maybe the guy has tried this before and no one's come back. I mean, if we were to grab the objects and leg it, because they've been used recently. Am I just being too empathetic? Is that my issue here? As I said, they're not attacking. There's almost some sort of intelligence there. I mean, it's a shame you can't just take 1 or 2 and just leg it. So we could really do with the money. I don't really want to lose anyone though. I thought, let's start shooting at them. It might make them think twice. You start shooting. The mutants seem scared by the gunshots at first, but then they rapidly charge your party. I guess we're fighting. They've got 100 health. We've got 260. I mean, morale's not good for them. Well, neither for any of us. We've got bullets. Let's do it. Right, so what are we going to do? Right, so let's do threaten and incite. No. Furious fighters. Increase melee damages dealt by allies for 2 turns. What if we were to bow it up? No. No. Right, so that's by itself. Okay, with that being said then, can we threaten? We can threaten with that. Can we threaten with that? No. Can we threaten with that? No. Can we threaten with... What haven't I done? That's morale recovery. Okay, right, so we're going to do a Furious Fighters. Let's activate that. So melee damage is up. So beating. We can do Fury as well and take their morale down. We'll do that. And then we can shoot. Can we shoot twice? We can. Direct damage. 5 bullets. What is it if we do 1? Well, we'll do that. We'll get morale recovery, because why the hell not? 16, 45. So 16, 1. 21. So that's 36. So 45 left. So we're going to take a little bit of a hit. They've pounced. Put the morale up a bit. That's fine. That's fine. I thought it would be worse than that. So, bronze stealth with the shooting. No. Shadow hunter. I'll say that. Maneuver with the guns. Combat maneuvers. Or combat maneuvers with that. Let's do that. And damage and shot. Alright, it's going to be one more round then, it looks. I think we're on top of this. There's nothing to worry about as far as our health is concerned. It's just how damaged we get. So let's do safe spot. So extra damage. Boom. So a bit of extra meat, some fat, timber and fur. Oh! Are you like completely dead? That'll suck. Guess we'll find out in a sec. The few mutant survivors run away and you're finally able to take the sacred objects without anyone disturbing you. Let's explore the church. We've done, you know, we've paid the price. Let's have a look around. You open a small door and start walking through a dark corridor. You pass by many rooms, but there's nothing useful in them. At least you find a solid locked door. Or at last you find a solid locked door. We can ask Mo to smash it. Hey Mo, how about you take care of this door? With pleasure. Mo runs towards the door and smashes through it. The path is now clear. You find a morbid scene inside. You see old skeletons in ragged clothing, clearly the remains of ancient people. One of them seems to be the corpse of a priest, and near the body you find some other valuable sacred objects, as well as a diary. You take the stuff and walk away. The mutants haven't come back, and you are free to leave the place without any risk. You leave the ancient church behind and proceed on your journey. Right, let's get you healed up. And you healed up. And you healed up. Oh, you need 2 heals. Everyone needs healing. Awesome, right. So that was the church. Let's check out the shop, I guess. That seems the safest place. You find an old shop. Even if many have scavenged here before you, there's probably something still left to take. Alright. You're done exploring the ground floor, and though you'd wish to move up to the upper levels, the staircase leading there has long since collapsed. Oh, we can use a rope. Let's do that. You managed to reach the upper floor. This part of the building is relatively untouched, which means a lot of things for you to loot. Oh, so bottle cutlery. All right. A lighter. A lighter is what you need to combine with cigarettes to craft lung cancer. It takes some time, though. Don't expect immediate results. Ammo box. Nice. And an ammo clip. Awesome. I think we've done here. Let's have a look in the house next. A frying pan and a lighter. We'll take it all. We'll take it all. Apartment block. You find a ruined apartment block. It could be a good place to scavenge something, but its structure is not really stable. You carefully explore the apartment block, trying to avoid the areas that seem likely to collapse and end the day with some new supplies. So you've got some bullets, another bottle, and a bandage. Happily take that. So we could head back at this point. I'm thinking we push on though. We'll have a bit of a look-see around. I mean, we haven't checked this bit out yet. Or have we? We have. It was going downwards. Let's see if we can do a loop. Let's go up to the forest. It's a day just like any other, and you keep trudging through the snow, but then the weather starts to change rapidly. A storm is coming, and you'd better find shelter before it strikes. We must hurry. We don't have much time. You start walking faster in a desperate search for decent shelter, but there are no buildings anywhere in sight. Snow starts to fall, and in just a few minutes it becomes thicker and thicker. Your visibility drops considerably until you are barely able to spot what's a few yards away. April, where are you? April's voice is weak and distant. You can barely understand what she says. I'm here. I'm coming. I just stumbled on a rock. Chief, I'm going to find her. I won't leave her alone in the storm. We can't split up. We're all going to look for her, or be careful. No, we can't split up. We're going to look for her. No, take the others to safety. Just light a big fire. We'll find you. Carla starts running and disappears into the falling snow. You continue walking, hoping to find some place to wait out the blizzard, but each new step gets progressively harder and your feet keep sinking into the snow. Your face is frozen by the cold wind and your body is now completely covered by snow. If you don't find shelter soon, you will die. A sudden gust of wind throws you to the ground and you hit your head on something metallic. A piercing pain overwhelms your head and your sight fades for a few seconds. Stand up, please, stand up, don't die here. Eva is tugging you and you immediately recover your senses. After a brief moment, you finally manage to stand up again, but you're unable to see anyone. The group is completely scattered and you're alone with Eva. I'm glad you're okay. Did you see where the others were headed? No, I saw you falling on the ground and hitting something, so I came here to see if you were alright. Come on, Eva, let's go find a safe place. Please hold my hand. I don't want to get lost in this storm. Sure, let's hold a hand. You keep moving forward when you finally stumble across a guardrail. You also spot a badly damaged fence close by. I mean, the guardrail's got to lead to something. Change your course and follow the fence. Or ignore them. Let's go for the guardrail. You follow the guardrail and after a couple of minutes you spot a gas pump. There's a building next to it that could serve as a decent shelter. I'm all for that. Enter the building. You finally manage to find shelter and you feel better as soon as you get inside. The place should give good protection from the storm. It's warmer here than outside, but you need to light a fire to regain some warmth, as you can barely feel your arms and legs. Eva is shaking badly and is barely able to speak. I am so cold. Hold on, I'll try to light a fire as soon as I'm sure that we're safe here. I'll light a fire as soon as possible. Or come here, you put your arms around her. She keeps trembling, but after a couple of minutes she seems a little better. Let's give her a hug. Eva is silent while you hug her. She just places her arms around your chest. Thank you, I'm better now. Do what you have to do. You set up a campfire using the stuff you find around. The place is full of crap that you can burn, so you easily manage to produce a big flame. You sit by the small fire with Eva. Your entire body is frozen to the bone, desperately craving the heat. Some warmth finally starts to flow into your hands, and your muscles slowly stop trembling. Some time passes and the storm finally ends, leaving clear sky behind. You feel the temperature rise. Now you only need to rejoin with your companions. Eva seems to be a lot better now and her skin has regained its colour. She stands up and puts her backpack on. I'm ready to go. Let's find the others. You are gathering your things when you notice a smoke column rising toward the sky. At least someone has survived. It takes a while to reach the place, but finally you see a big pyre burning in front of an isolated house. You see Demetra throwing some wood into the flames. I was waiting for you, glorious leader. Nice to see you, Demetra. Is everything okay? I'm more than fine. I found this new nice house. It was full of furniture that I was able to turn into heat. Where are the others? Are you alone? I don't know. My guidance. The storm scattered us like snowflakes. If we're lucky, they're alive and walking towards this fire as we speak. You suddenly hear a distant scream, and as you focus on the ground, sound, you clearly recognise the word help. Did you hear that? You start running towards April's voice, and after a few seconds you're able to see what has transpired. A building has collapsed and Carlos is trapped inside. Thank God you're here. Carlos went inside to do a quick check for the place, and the damned roof collapsed on his head. You can hear Carlos's voice coming from the rubble. I hate this whole world. He seems fine to me. Are you hurt, Carlos? Am I hurt? A goddamn roof fell on me. Of course I'm hurt. You hear a noise, and when you turn to seek its source, you see Mo running towards you. What's going on here? Carlos is trapped inside the rubble. This building looks old. It wasn't a smart idea to go inside right after a storm. The snow's weight caused the roof to cave in. Thank God we have your brilliant mind to point out the obvious. Screw you, Carlos. I'm not the one who ignored reason and walked into a death trap. You're lucky to be alive. Please, guys, stop arguing. We have to save him. We need to be careful. Anyone have any ideas? Well, let's get to work. Let's throw it out to the group. Anyone have any idea on how we can get to him without the risk? Let's be careful. We need to act with prudence and a light hand, or the entire building will collapse. We'll waste half a day just getting him out of there. Well, we're saving his life. It's not wasted time. I know, it's just annoying to spend time saving him from his own recklessness. You spend some time digging Carlos out, listening to Mo's constant complaining and April's hysterical sobbing. More than an hour passes before Carlos is finally free. Oh God, are you okay? Carlos limps to a rock and sits on it, holding his right leg with his hand. Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks, guys. Is it broken or can you walk? Let's be stern. Can you walk? It's not that bad. Just give me a few minutes and I'll be on the move. Why did you enter that place? It was clearly dangerous. Look at this wood. It's completely rotten. Shut up. We've been through worse places. I was just unlucky, that's all. Unlucky? You were an idiot. We were scattered around and you simply decided to go check it out? That's just stupid. Go to hell. Do you think you're some sort of wise man? Guys, stay calm. We mustn't fight amongst ourselves. Speechcraft. Why don't the both of you just shut up? We're leaving now and I don't want to hear another word about what happened. Well, this isn't the right moment. We need to get going as soon as possible. If you want to continue with this childish spat, we can wait until we make camp. That sounds more adultish. Let's do that. Mo just looks at you in silence and nods before walking away. Carlos stands up and walks away trying to hide the pain this causes him. I didn't start it and I don't want to continue it. Let's go back and take our belongings. The group starts packing up and in a few minutes you're ready to go. There's some tension in the air, but no one's arguing anymore. And that is where we are going to leave this episode. We've covered quite a lot. We're doing all right. I mean, is he injured? He's not injured, so at least we don't have to waste a medic kit on him. We'll continue scouting the area. We'll go and see whatever the hell this thing is just next to us. And these two here in the next episode before heading back. I'd like to think we're going to go back with some decent supplies in order to trade and sell, just to make it worth our while. I think just doing a side mission and coming straight back is a waste of time and resources. We might as well see what else we can do whilst we're out. So we shall continue this in the next episode. So thank you for watching. As always, a like is appreciated. And I'll catch you on the next one. Take it easy.